Welcome to the 2023 Heart of America Athletic Conference Media Day. We're going to talk some Baker Wildcat football now. I'm your host, Stephen Davis. We've got coach and a couple student athletes with us. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves to get us going. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been there at Baker.
Shane, you go ahead.
Okay, I'm Shane Squarlow. I'm from Lawrence, Kansas. I play defensive end, and this will be my 5th year, so super senior year.
My name's Caleb Nelson. I'm from Olathe, Kansas. I play quarterback, and this is my senior year.
I am Miguel Regalado. I'm the new head football coach here at Baker University. I've been here just about 6 months, but prior to that, I was here for about 9 years. So I was here from 2008 to 2016, and then left and became a head coach at Clark University there in Dubuque, Iowa. But I'm happy to be back, Stephen.
Coach, we're going to start with you on the topic you just mentioned. No stranger to the heart, no stranger to Baker, but year one as the head coach there. How excited are you to be back in Baldwin City and get to be the head coach?
Extremely excited, Stephen. When I left in 2016, I left because I didn't think I was ever going to have the opportunity to be the head coach here at Baker University. And, football coaching is kind of a lot about timing, and the timing was just perfect. Everything worked out. We came to Liston Stadium and was very fortunate to get a win last year. And it just so happened that Jason was going to be his final season, and he's off and doing a fantastic job at Mississippi State and enjoying himself. And it just opened the door. I had a great relationship with Susan Decker, and everything worked out. I'm extremely excited. Sometimes it's surreal when you think that you're the head coach of the all-time winningest football program in NAIA history, but a lot of responsibility and a lot of pressure comes with that, but I love it and I'm excited.
Well, and you've got a couple of great players with us today, Caleb and Shane. Tell us about them, not only on the field, what they mean to your team, but also off the field for leadership that you're going to look for them.
When you take over a new program, you have to have leadership from older guys because right away they're going to be thinking this guy wants to do it his own way. He's going to try to get rid of everybody, bring in his own people. So I think the very first thing that I tried to do was build trust with these guys. And I can tell by the way that Caleb and Shane have worked over the summer that they do trust me. They did not miss a workout all summer long. We had about 45, 50 guys here. Shane is going to be part of a very deep group on the defensive line. He's been a starter here for a number of years. And that's a group that we're really looking to carry us on defense. We're a little bit thin in the secondary. So Shane and that defensive line is going to be really important for protecting that young secondary, or what could be a young secondary with an injury or two. Caleb is also in a deep room. Caleb is in the quarterback room that has had 3 guys here every single day for the entire summer. They've made each other better with Coach Morris. Coach Morris, I believe, is the best quarterback coach in the country. And he's had those guys here for quarterback school in the morning. Then they go out and they throw and they do all kinds of things every single day, more than everybody else is doing because of how important and how hard and how difficult that position is. But Caleb and Shane have been awesome leaders. They've been positive, and that's the biggest reasons we have those guys here today.
Shane, I want to start with you. Big season for you last year, first team all league. But what does it mean now with a new head coach come in? As coach just talked about, you got to be a veteran and provide that leadership on and off the field. What does it mean for you for what your responsibilities are this season?
Yes, sir. I think first starts with being a leader out there on defense, commanding those guys. And, Coach Riggs has done an outstanding job, and we're excited to get things rolling and get back on the right track.
What do you hope to accomplish this year, both individually for you and as a team there, especially on that defensive side of the ball?
I think last year we were second in sacks in the nation as a defensive line. So obviously, I think getting that one spot would be cool. And, obviously winning conference and, a national championship is always the goal. So that's what we have our sights on right now. And it starts this week. So we're ready to go.
Well, flip over to Caleb. Coach mentioned you're one of the quarterbacks that's been there every day this summer. How seriously do you take the leadership role you have, Caleb, as a veteran and as that position at quarterback that everybody looks to for leadership?
I take it pretty seriously. I always try to help out anybody that needs it on the offense for the playbook. And yeah.
How about the culture that coach has tried to establish coming in first year? He's only been the head coach now a few months. How have you helped develop what he's trying to do there at Baker?
Yeah, we were a little uncertain at first, but after that first team meeting with Coach Regalado, we kind of knew what he was about, and he's a great motivator, so it's pretty easy to get behind him.
Good stuff. We've got the voice of the Baker Wildcats, Derek Johnson, with us. Derek, do you have some questions for Coach and the guys?
Yeah, Coach, seeing you around even after you got the job at other games, basketball games, or whatever else was going on, how tight-knit of a community is it with all the Baker athletes, athletics, coaches, and everything? And what does this school kind of mean to you overall?
Derek, I've said this since the day I got here and the day I left. Baker University is the type of place that you either never leave or you leave and find a way to come back, which is what I did. This is a special place. I still can't tell you what it is. I don't know what that Baker factor is, but our kids come here and they love it and they enjoy their college experience. And most importantly, what happens is they graduate here and they go on and they have great careers. And it's not in football. We're not an NFL factory here. What we do is we give our guys a great education. We give them a great experience playing football. They're going to win a ring. They're going to win a championship, and they're going to go off and enjoy the rest of their life. And that's our job. That's my job as a coach. And so what I try to do is build that culture in the athletic department. I think it's hard to have a culture without football in your athletic department. And you're going to see our guys at basketball games. You're going to see them at volleyball games. You're going to see them at softball games. And once we start to build that fire, it just kind of takes off by itself.
Caleb, the last time we saw Coach Regalado with Baker fans we're used to a high tempo, high powered offense that helped them go to the title game. What do you think this offense is going to look like here in year one of him coming back?
Oh, we're trying to get it the same way it was when he was still here. We're going to be up tempo, fast offense, ready to go. So
how does that make your job easier or harder at the quarterback position?
it's definitely less verbiage I got to communicate with the rest of the offense, but I also have to make my reads a little bit quicker. But like Coach has said, we've worked all summer getting ready for the season.
Shane, you're one of several players each and every year that comes from the Lawrence area, whether it's Free State or Lawrence High, to be a part of Baker. What does that kind of lineage mean of kind of having that local flavor to Baker? And what is that like having other players that you kind of grow up playing with all your life?
Yeah, it's great. I know a number of older guys who are Lawrence natives from Lawrence and Free State, and they've had great careers at Baker. So kind of growing up, following them was always great, and kind of was a factor, I guess, and go to play at Baker.
Derek, any other questions for the guys?
That covers it.
All right, I got a couple. Shane, you've been around this league. We've been around the Heart several years now. It's obviously one of, if not the toughest, deepest conference in NAIA football. Give us an idea what it's like week in, week out, going through the grind, facing the kind of teams you do in the Heart.
Yeah, it's always competitive, and that's what we like. A lot of these teams obviously have great players and great coaching staff, so it's more competitive that each week, we know we're going to have a great test, and we got to come out each and every week and bring it, or we're going to get beat. So definitely like the competitiveness.
Coach, I want to finish with you. Obviously, as we just talked about, tough league, but the fans there at Baker, the alumni, they expect success from this football program. And you already mentioned it, winningest all-time NAIA program. What are your expectations for this program as you take over the next few seasons, not just this one?
Stephen, I told our guys in the first team meeting that if you come to Baker, you have expectations. You're expected to win. You're expected to win big. You're expected to win consistently. And so that's the pressure that I'm going to put on our guys. But I think there's a big difference. There was a speaker we heard yesterday that talked about pressure and stress and the difference between the two. And there's nothing wrong with pressure. However, we've got to raise to those expectations. It starts, on September 2nd. Peru State, that is not the old Peru State when I was here. They are no longer just you walk over them. That's a tough group. That is a really talented group. In week 2, we're going to play my former university that I promise you is going to come in ready to play. That's going to be a very personal game to them and very emotional. And then week 3, is we're playing a top 3 team in the country in Grandview and have them go on the road. There is no give me's. And so when you're at this program, you've got to bring it, as Shane said, every single day. And that's the expectations that we put on these guys, and we're going to hold them to it.
Coach, Shane, Caleb, thank you so much for the time today. Best of luck in 2023 to the Wildcats.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Derek.
Appreciate it.